What's up, guys? This is Patrick with Pro Play Games. I played a really cool deck this last weekend in Atlantic City, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I played a Magician deck, but it used the Supreme King Dragon monsters to do some really cool things. I'll explain them. We could jump into the deck. For the Supreme Kings, I played two of the dragons and one of the zero. So this card has a lot of really cool interactions with the deck. It makes Wavering Eyes a lot better because it's a one-card pendulum scale, because you play it and then you can just go search this card for free and then do your pendulum summon. Another really cool interaction it has is with Pendulum Call. So you can pitch it off Pendulum Call, go get your double search, special it back, and then go search this card. Then you have searched 3 cards and you have this guy on the field. So it ends up being a +2. Then once this guy's on the field, it also lets you go ahead and make a rank 4 or a synchro before having to actually pendulum summon. I think that's really important because one of the things that I think pendulum decks have kind of always lacked is the ability to make a push before a pendulum summon. They've always kind of like had a really good they've always been able to do really good things if they could successfully pendulum summon, but rarely can they do things to like push through back row and avoid losing to things like a single solemn strike. Whereas being able to like special this card back from the graveyard lets you do that. It also lets you keep doing that, because then if I make Tornado Dragon with it the first turn, then the second turn and it's back in the graveyard, I can also just special it back again, and this time maybe summon like Harmonizing Magician and go make Ignister to push through a back row before actually dealing with before actually pendulum summoning. And then I just played one gate as the target, the low scale target. You don't particularly want to draw them, so I wanted to like kind of keep it to a minimum. Then I played one Pendulum Sorcerer. The reason I've only played one of this is because when you use the scale effect of him, you can only pendulum summon dark monsters for the turn. So, I mean, he's an earth, so you can't pendulum summon him if you have used the scale effect. But like by playing one, I could still like search it off Skullcrobat or whatever when I need to draw it. So it's basically like a 4 of when I need it, and just a 1 of when I don't need it. It also, I do think it is important to play the one though, because then it lets you do things like pop your Magician cards, and search follow-up plays. This deck also revolves pretty heavily around Pendulum Call because of how good of the interaction with this card and Pendulum Call is. So like I'm basically playing 6 Pendulum Calls, between 3 Pendulum Calls and 3 Duelist Alliances. So like a lot of the times I won't be able to like pop with the Sorcerer. That's another reason I kind of wanted to keep it to a minimum as well. Then on a similar note, I played just one Wisdom Eye Magician. I know that seems like kind of strange, but being more like a Pendulum Call deck, you're not really going to be able to use his effect super often. It's also not even that good to use it, to be honest. It was a lot better before Link Summoning, but now it's just like I don't want to have my one extra deck monster be a 1500 vanilla monster. But I can still search it when needed, maybe to like trigger the continuous spell card that goes and searches extra magicians. So I still wanted to play one because he is searchable. He's also light too, so you can't summon it if you used the this guy's effect. But every other magician in the deck is dark, so you can. He doesn't actually like being able to pendulum only darks rarely matters. Then I played triple Skullcrobat. Sorry about the glare. I don't usually make videos, but so I don't really know what I'm doing. Go easy on me. I played triple Purple Poison. If I can find them, I did anyway. I promise you there are 3 there. Okay, Purple Poisons. Yeah, this card's really good. I like that Magicians are one of the Pendulum decks that has like a engine out to cards like Anti-Spell. Then I played triple double Iris Magician. This card's insane. Big fan of that card. Then I only played 2 Black Fang Magician. He's really good at like pushing through back row, but he's not like the best. Like it's kind of awkward to revive something from the graveyard just because like Pendulum monsters don't go to the graveyard that often. So I didn't think it was worth playing 3 of it, but it is still a solid card. Then I played Triple Harmonizing Magician, just the tuner of the deck. Yeah, it's also +1. I was a big fan of that. And I played 1 Luster Pendulum. The 1 Luster is really, it's like 4 Lusters because of the Duelist Alliance. I didn't really feel like I needed a 5th one. Just wanted to be able to search it when I felt like I needed it. Then moving on to the spells, I played some pretty unique things to start out. I played a Foolish Burial and a Dragon Shrine. Both of these cards were to dump this card so that I can just like, go Dragon Shrine, dump him, special him back, go search the scale 0, and then, make the rake 4, make the level 8 synchro before actually Pendulum summoning. These cards are really good. You don't really want to see multiples. That's why I only did like the 1-1. And I also thought that Foolish Burial was like slightly better than the Dragon Shrine just because I guess a situation could come up where I dump a spellcaster to the graveyard and then pop this and revive whatever spellcaster I already dumped. So I wanted to be able to dump it with Foolish. So that's why I 1-1 instead of just 2 Dragon Shrine. And these cards are really good. But again, there's nothing to do when you draw multiples, so I wouldn't really like add more copies of them. Then, like I said, I thought it was mostly a Pendulum Call deck. This card is really, really good with the Supreme King. It also does stuff like Protect Your Scales. It does get destroyed by Ash, though. Then I played 1 Pendulum Graph, 1 Upstart, 3 Duelist Alliance, just 2. I played 2 Allure of Darkness. This card was kind of cool in this deck because of the trying to find it. This card was like a free target, so you can often search him and then just like dig 2 cards deeper into your deck. And I didn't really want to play 3 Allure because I noticed that the worst hands were definitely the like all spell hands. So I felt like I was drawing too many multiple spells when I had like a lot of Allures. Wavering Eyes kind of had that same issue, but not as much, and this is more of a power card. This is more of a power card in this deck than in a lot of Pendulum decks. Again, because we have the like 1 card scale to go get. You could also do like a kind of cool thing with Pendulum Call and Wavering Eyes and this card. You can go like play this in your scale and whatever other card in your scale, and then activate Pendulum Call and pitch a spellcaster to the graveyard, then chain Wavering Eyes to it, then you'll go destroy them, trigger whatever effects, then you'll get like triple searches and be able to like special this back, and then if you get a 4th search off this too, that's nice. But yeah, the main thing is just being able to like chain it and then getting around the you can't destroy your scales effects. Yeah, that came up a handful of times, and it was really good every time I did. And then I played 3 Desires as the last spell cards. They were definitely really solid. And then the last 2 cards in the deck is just 2 of the Time Pendulum Graph. This card was really good. Then moving on to the side deck, I played 3 Cherries, 1 Buster, and 1 System Down for ABCs. I feel like all of these cards are kind of auto wins against that deck. And then I played Magical Spring for the mirror match. This card was really good, especially with the with this guy. You can like draw your cards and then discard them and then like special them back and go search. Like this card just does a whole lot of things. Then I played 3 Cosmic Cyclone, but I borrowed one, so I gave the third one back. But yeah, that card was good. Then I played 3 barriers for the mirror match when I went first. And I think it's better than Anti-Spell just because there's like not really anything they can do about it. And whereas Anti-Spell, they still have like the purple Poison Magician. And then I played 1 Pendulum Hole just for when I go first. It's like a 1 of when I want to see it, but I can search it off Duelist Alliance and then just stop their Pendulum Summon. So it's like a 4 of when I do want to see it and a 1 of when I don't. So I always like that concept. Then the last part is just the extra deck. I played Tornado Dragon. And this card was like, this card's really good in like every Magician deck, but I think it's like particularly good in this one because of this card I can make a rank 4 often before having to actually Pendulum Summon. And just putting this back in the graveyard when I detach from it, and then like when my board is cleared, being able to special it back again, it's pretty good. Then I played 1 Time Star, 1 Karen Gorgon, 1 Castell, 1 Dweller, 1 Trapeze Magician, 1 Fusion. I played 2 Omegas, but I gave 1 back, so 1-ish Omega. Then I played Beals. This card was really good. Ignister. Stardust. This card's really cool. I like it a lot. Enlightenment Paladin. And Crimson Blader. And then the final card is the Supreme King Dragon Clearwing. Yeah, that's the entire deck. It was really cool. I didn't end up making top cut. Something kind of crazy happened. It was like, so I was X1 when this happened, and I wanted to go get food, so I asked Austin, who was like the head judge, if he could just like message me when the round went up, because I didn't want to like miss the round. And he's just like, yeah, sure, I'll message you. So I go get food and I come back, and he's just like, man, I think you have a game loss. Yeah, I think you took too long. I was like, what do you mean you didn't text me? And he was just like, oh, no, I did. And I show him my phone, and there was no message on it, and he shows me his phone, and there was. So, like, I guess it just never delivered, and I ended up getting a game loss at X1. Turns out, it gets even crazier than that. So, like, that sucks, but, you know, happens, whatever. So I go sit down to play my round, and I play Pendulum Call, and as I'm going through my deck, I notice Ignister in my deck. And I'm just like, oh, my bad. And I toss it to the side, and he's just like, judge. And I'm just like, you can't be serious right now. Like, it doesn't have any effect on the game. You draw it, it's a blank card. You're supposed to just reveal it and then draw a new card. But he calls over the judge, and the judge is just like, yeah, it has no effect on the game. It's impossible to have any kind of effect on the game. You just reveal it, you get a warning, and then you just keep going. And my opponent actually says, I'll appeal. And somehow on the appeal, then I get a game loss. So I got basically double game lost out of the tournament at X1. And so that kind of sucks. So I didn't really get to like play a full tournament. But I did think the deck was really cool, and I wanted to show it with you guys. Shout out to my opponent. I hope it was worth it. And shout out to Pro Play Games, best team in the game. And shout out to Ultra Pro. And that is all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.